Welcome to the Trump Breaking News Network, your daily source for up-to-the-minute Trump news. Join us today and every day. Here's today's news.
This is TBNN.
Trump explains why he bluffed on Comey tapes, blasts Mueller's hiring of Clinton supporters. By Tyler Durden. After weeks without a live interview, President Trump, much to the dismay of the left-leaning MSM, appeared on Fox and Friends this morning with Melania. The interview will undoubtedly be described throughout the day as a softball piece, but it did at least result in some new insights, maybe. First, on the now infamous Comey tapes. Given that Trump has now admitted that there never were any tapes, at least as far as he knows, why the bluff? Apparently, Trump believes the bluff helped to steer Comey toward the path of truth in his testimony, a path that Trump believes he lost before the bluff. Here's Trump on the topic. Well, I didn't tape him. You never know what's happening when you see that the Obama administration and perhaps longer than that was doing all this unmasking and surveillance, and you read all about it, and I've been reading about it for the last couple of months about the seriousness of the horrible situation of surveillance all over the place. But I didn't tape, and I don't have any tapes, and I didn't tape, but when he found out that there may be tapes out there, whether it's governmental tapes or anything else, and who knows, I think his story may have changed. You'll have to take a look at that. Because then he'll have to tell what actually took place at the events. And my story never changed. My story was the straight story. My story was always the truth. But you'll have to determine for yourself whether or not his story changed. He did admit that what I said was right. And, if you look further back, before he heard about that, I think maybe he wasn't admitting that. So, you'll have to do a little investigative reporting to determine that, but I don't think it will be that hard. And on Robert Mueller. Well, he is very, very good friends with Comey. Which is very bothersome. We're going to have to see. But there has no obstruction, there has been no collusion. There has been leaking by Comey. And virtually everyone agrees on that. The people who have been hired are all Hillary Clinton supporters. Some of them worked for Hillary Clinton. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous if you want to know the truth from that standpoint. But he is an honorable man, and hopefully he'll come up with an honorable solution. And, in case there is any doubt, here is the Hill's confirmation that some of the folks on Mueller's team may be slightly less than completely independent. The Hill previously reported that Jeannie Rhee, a member of Mueller's team, donated $5,400 to Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign PAC Hillary for America. Another person on Mueller's team, Andrew Weissman, donated money to former President Obama's campaign in 2008 while working at a law firm. Weissman is the senior lawyer on the special counsel team, Bloomberg reported. James Quarles, who served as an assistant special prosecutor on the Watergate Special Prosecution Force, has donated to over a dozen Democratic PACs since the late 1980s. He was also identified by the Washington Post as a member of Mueller's team. In the end, not much new was learned, but it all makes for entertaining TV.
That's the news. Join us here every day. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell. See you next time.
This is TBNN.